Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another video by the Sentimental Pakistani. आज की वीडियो में we're going to be talking about a fragrance that many of you hate, but most of you actually do love. Secretly, you just don't want to admit it. This is a fragrance that everybody is familiar with, and this is a very beautiful and well executed interpretation of it. This is Male Le Parfum, done by George Gaultier, and of course this is done by Balsamico. It's Balsamico, not Balsamico, so forgive me for my incompetence. Acha, to what is this fragrance? What does it identify itself as? This is a handsome vanilla fragrance. I say handsome because the ingredient composition in this fragrance, जिस तरीके से structure हो चुका है, ये बहुत gentlemanly और मच्योर तरीके से हो चुका है. ये जो मेरी इनिशियल इंप्रेशन थी ना, बिफोर इवन ट्राइंग अ जेपीजी फ्रेग्रेंस, बिकॉज ऑफ द इंटरनेट्स ओपिनियंस, मैं समझा ये बच्चे पहनते हैं, ये बच्चों वाला फ्रेग्रेंस होगा, खाली वनीला होगा, और कुछ नहीं होगा. नहीं, ये एक बहुत रिफाइंड वेल एक्सिक्यूटेड फ्रेग्रेंस है. इसकी ओपनिंग में आपको मिलेगा लैवेंडर विद अ बिग बूस्ट ऑफ कार्डमम फ्रॉम द हार्ट और बहुत स्मूथ बेस ऑफ वनीला. अब लैवेंडर जो है ना, ये आपका आम वाला लैवेंडर नहीं है बिकॉज ऑफ द कार्डमम. नॉर्मली लैवेंडर वनीला फ्रेग्रेंसेस होती हैं लाइक वैलेंटिनो बॉर्न एंड वुमन टेंस, जो मैं ओरिजिनल ट्राई कर चुका हूँ. इट हैज़ अ वेरी सोपी क्लीन लैवेंडर प्रेजेंस, और फिर बेस में जो है ना वो वनीला ऑलरेडी अपने आप को दिखा रहा होता है. ये डिफरेंट इसलिए है क्योंकि आप ऐसे सोचें कि आपने लैवेंडर लिया, रॉ पत्ते उसके पानी में फेंक दिया, उसको फुल आंच पे बॉयल पे लगा दिया, फुल आंच पे बॉयल पे लगा दिया, आपने उस पर इलायची का पूरा एक हैंडफुल डाल के फेंक दिया उसके अंदर, और फिर एकदम से उसकी ऐसी जलने वाली जो है ना, नॉट बर्ड बट आपके नाक को जलाने वाली बदबू जो होती है ना थोड़ी सी, वो वाली होती है. बहुत फायरी स्ट्रॉन्ग प्रेजेंट ओपनिंग है इसका. ये आप 3-4 स्प्रे लगाएंगे शुरू में, आपका कमरा भरना शुरू हो जाएगा. तो मुझे काफ़ी पसंद है. ट्रेडिशनल लैवेंडर और वनीला वाला कॉम्बो की तरह नहीं है जैसे अरमानी कोड एब्सोल्यूट में देखें आप, वही वैलेंटिनो बॉर्न रोमांटेंस पे देखें आप, बहुत डिफरेंट किस्म का लैवेंडर ओपनिंग है बिकॉज ऑफ द कार्डमम. आप जब हार्ट में आते हैं तो ऑफ कोर्स कार्डमम का ऑलरेडी फायरी एक्सप्लोजन जो होता है वो थोड़ा काम डाउन हो जाता है, थोड़ा सा सॉफ्ट स्पाइसी की तरह स्वीट थोड़ा सा निकलता है उसका सा, और वनीला काफ़ी ज़्यादा आता है. मैं वही कहता हूँ हैंडसम वनीला, not your generic creamy annoying synthetic vanilla. This is a well executed vanilla. It's done in a way that a man can wear it. This is a fragrance for men. ये मैन ही पहन सकते हैं. और ये वनीला का लोग कैरेक्टरिस्टिक बोलेंगे कि बहुत फेमिनिन चीज़ है, नहीं, उसी तरीके से किया गया that a man wears this vanilla. Of course बेस में आके आपको कार्डमम का हल्का हल्का सा हिंट आ रहा होता है. सैंडलवुड इसमें है, आई बिलीव सैंडलवुड का जो क्रीमी टच होता है वो वनीला में इंटरप्ट करता है. उसको वनीला खुद क्रीमी नहीं बनाता, वो एक वुडी एसेंस दे रहा होता है जो बहुत स्मूथ होता है. तो ओवरऑल दिस इज़ अ वेरी नाइस सेंट प्रोफाइल. ये बहुत रिफाइंड फ्रेग्रेंस है क्योंकि इसमें जो इंग्रेडिएंट कॉम्पोजिशन है, इट्स नॉट लाइक जस्ट टॉप हार्ड बेस, इट्स लाइक टॉप हार्ड बेस. इट प्लेज वेल इन इटसेल्फ. इट्स लाइक द परफ्यूम पिरामिड was constructed in one line, not like a pyramid. In my mind, जो मैं समझता हूँ वो इस तरीके से बस नीचे आ रहा है until it settles in the base and everything is actually falling into the base as well. So it's done very 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 well. It's a very refined fragrance and it's going to be an extreme mass pleaser. इसकी जो परफॉर्मेंस है, मुझे लॉन्गेविटी में मुझे इसके आराम से 8 से 9 घंटे मिल जाते हैं. प्रोजेक्शन 2 to 3 hours प्रोजेक्शन इज देयर. आफ्टर दैट इट्स अ स्किन सेंट, आपको विफ्स आ रहे होते हैं इसके बड़े मज़े के. तो ओवरऑल दिस इज़ अ वेरी वेरी नाइस फ्रेग्रेंस. अच्छा, तो दिस इज सेक्शन 2 ऑफ द वीडियो नाउ. सेक्शन 2 ऑफ द वीडियो हैज़ बिगन एंड इट स्टार्ट्स हियर विद बैल्सामिको. मैंने उसामा बिन मज़र की क्रिएशंस देख चुका हूँ, बैल्सामिको का काम देख चुका हूँ. आई सॉ एमरल्ड फेरेस्टा हैविंग एन ऊड टॉयलेट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. मैं जो हूँ पाकिस्तान की परफ्यूम मार्केट की ब्रेन वॉशिंग में आ चुका था. मैंने बोला 30% से नीचे चल दफ़ा हो. I decided to give it a try. Emerald Fresta is between 10 to 15% concentration Ude toilet में. second strongest performer in my collection. This 8 to 9 hours is very impressive, especially in Karachi's weather. You know how bad Karachi's weather is if you live in it. Even Lahore and Islamabad's weather in the summers, you guys know. Its concentration is not 25%, it's not 30%, it's not even Allah maaf kare 40%. This is true to the original. Male Le Parfum, the original, is between 15 to 18% concentration. Osama Bhai does all of his fragrances concentrations true to the originals. That is the best move he could have done possibly ever. Because today this segment is all about concentration, and why I believe all these perfume houses having 30 to 40% concentration being completely stupid and completely redundant. Now, what is their argument? Their argument is that 30%, 40% concentration, you get much better performance, you get better longevity, the scent profile even gets better, and all that BS. And that lower concentrations don't perform well in Karachi's weather, which there is some truth to that. Karachi's weather is very humid, you sweat a lot more. Pakistan's weather in general is very humid, you sweat a lot, and once you do sweat, when you spray the fragrance, the oil sits there, it'll evaporate off eventually. So there's definitely a good argument to be made there, but that's about the only argument. My argument is that when you're making a fragrance, you should never exceed a concentration of 25%. 25% is where you stop. Where do you stop? When it's a heavy, oudi, base heavy fragrance. That should be 25%. Because it's all about ingredient composition. It's all about ingredient volatility. Volatility क्या होती है? It's the rate that ingredients diffuse or evaporate into the air. So your most popular top note ingredients, they're all basically like sectioned off. Top notes, they'll be gone in 30 minutes. Heart notes, they're there from the beginning till around 3 to 4 hour mark sometimes, mostly 2-3 hour mark, and the base is the rest of the life of the fragrance. When you add additional amounts of oil into a concentration, you end up ruining the scent profile. My biggest example is this one, is my experience with oud wood. अब मैं 3 oud wood की बात करूँगा, मैं ओरिजिनल की बात करूँगा, मैं बवारी परफ्यूम्स की बात करूँगा, और मैं एक दूसरे ब्रांड की बात करूँगा जिनकी मैं बात नहीं करूँगा. The original is an eau de parfum. Eau de parfum anywhere between 12 to 20%. That's an eau de parfum. The Bavari oud wood, it's a 15%. 15% solid. Every other local house ever that does any impression of any perfume, especially oud wood, is at 30%. Bavari वालों में से मैंने बात की थी, and they all said कि most of the fragrances are at a 15% concentration. I didn't understand it at first. They didn't really give me an explanation either. But then I had my own experiences. I had the original in front of me. I had the Bavari one in front of me. That was a friend's. And I had different houses in front of me, which was also another friend's. We just sat down and compared the three. The biggest problem was here. The 30% composition of oud wood that was done over here had increased the oud and eliminated every other facet. The argument to be made is that when a perfumer is formulating a fragrance with oud in it, he does not use 5 milliliters of it or this much of it, or like a big percentage of it. Maximum 5% oud dalta hai. Oud itna powerful, itna strong ingredient. The 2-3 drops is all you need for your 100 ml bottle. So the original is done at that eau de parfum concentration. Doesn't have much performance because oud wood is unique to its own character. It's a very beautiful scent profile. It has cardamom, it has vanilla, it has a very slight hint of vanilla, it has sandalwood, it has cedarwood, and it has that characteristic oud. What happens is when you go to the 30% concentration one, you see that the oud is too much, it's too heavy, it's too powerful, and it has caused the other ingredients to fade quicker and also get lost within the oud. When I tried that one, the cardamom that I was in the opening, was such a pleasant, beautiful cardamom, was much less present than it was in these two. The sandalwood is the main characteristic of oud wood, which I would say it's not the oud, it's the sandalwood. The sandalwood is done beautifully over here. यहाँ पे sandalwood का खराब mess था. The oud was appropriate here. I don't like too much oud. There has an appropriate amount of oud. This was just that barnyard yucky oud that I find. It was too much. Bavarian Perfumes does an excellent job at keeping it true to the concentration. They understand perfumery. The owner of Bavari, I forgot his name, I'm so sorry. But I spoke to him a long time ago. And he's been in this perfume space for years and years, 15 years. He's been manufacturing in Dubai, here in Pakistan for a long time. He has an understanding of fragrances. So when he kept at that 50% concentration, it was absolutely what should have been. It was a really, really good interpretation of it. 15-18%. True to Male Le Parfum. I see no distinction between this and the original. I've tried other Male Le Parfums as well in the past. Those ones get too vanilla heavy. The cardamom is overpowering this lavender. The lavender isn't even present in those. Lavender खराब हो जाती है उसमें. तो concentration का यही है कि higher concentration is nothing more than a marketing scheme here in Pakistan. Nothing more than that. You don't need a higher concentration. Even when brands make their own extrait de parfums, they're gimmicks. And honestly, sometimes I've even gone and experimented with this myself. I found very, very close renditions of the original, and I would mark them at a lower concentration what the original was. मैंने पूजा का एक ढूंढा था बंदा, मैंने उसको बोला कि इसका ये concentration हुआ. It was like a 17% concentration. I was just trying it out. It was so much more clearer, so much more distinguishable, and so much more refined smelling than the original even, that I was shocked. So extrait de parfums are just a marketing scheme, and what they've done is brainwashed the whole Pakistani audience कि अगर high concentration नहीं है तो quality scent नहीं है. High concentration है तो मतलब कि they're using cheap oils and they can't make up for it. That's the truth. That's why they started using high concentration in the first place. Scents and Stories ने पहले क्यों किया था? They were using cheap oils. Cheap oils don't perform that well. Cheap oils don't have that much. They need more concentration to levy them. It was fine there, but some of these houses have great quality oils, and they abuse it even more in making them extraits. Extraits ruin fragrances. If something is an EDT, please make your rendition an EDT. If something is an EDP, please make it an EDP. If it is in the rare case an extrait, I would consider you to experiment. Experiment where at a lower concentration it actually smells better. Because 9 out of 10 times I guarantee you it'll smell better. So that's my thoughts on this. This was a decent review of Male Le Parfum and a bit of a rant. मुझे थोड़ा गुस्सा आना शुरू हो गया, पता नहीं क्यों. So do let me know your thoughts on this as well. Do let me know if you agree with them. And if you are a brand owner, do share your own experiences. This is my experience. I am not out here to attack anyone personally. There are a few brands that do annoy me. But this is something that we've all been doing in general. Even newer brands that have been approaching this, they come with that mentality. कि एक straight away होना चाहिए. We need to re-educate the Pakistani market that this is not the only solution. So do let me know your thoughts. Brand owners, please comment on the video. I want to know your thoughts. Message me on Facebook if you don't want to comment. I will absolutely read that and I will appreciate it. So that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. A bit of a late upload schedule. I know, I understand. I have my mock examinations going on currently, but they end on Tuesday. So from then you'll see a bit more uploads until my CIs with my offline. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Rafe. I am your host and Khuda Hafiz.